Hello guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. It's beer monster o'clock, and got a craft beer to review here for you. There's a little look of the can. Got a nice little slough on there for some reason. Not too sure why. And this one is by the Northern Monk Brewery, which as you know, a very well-known brewery. And it's called "Don't Hurry, Be Hoppy." I've obviously got that from that song, haven't they? Don't worry, be happy. Or hoppy in this case. It's a little close up of the wrap, as I say. It's a session IPA, this one, or pale ale. It's 4.1% ABV, so it's quite weak. It's a 330ml can, and I got it from a beer advent calendar by the Beer Brewing Company. I've just not got around to reviewing it yet. Anyway, see if we've got any romance on the back here to seduce us. But yeah, there is a bit on this one. We got easy breezy, crisp and refreshing IPA with mild bitterness and notes of citrus for a sustained sippability. That's their take on it. It says it's not a sprint or a marathon, it's a session. Citrusy, light and refreshing. Let's see if we agree, shall we? Let's crack her open. If I can get me now under there. There we go. Slight squirting on the opening. Let's get it in the glass. This glass as well, if you're interested, also came from the same advent calendar by the Beer Company. It says it on the front there. That's a company I got the advent calendar from, and the glass. If you're interested, go to their website, check them out. You can probably get one really cheap now if they've still got any, because obviously it's not Christmas anymore, is it? And they'll probably need to get rid of all the beers and that. There you go. It's like a kind of orange colour in it. Just looks like orange juice or something, really. Not much head. I'd say sort of medium levels of carbonation for me. Let's check out the aroma. It smells citrusy and a little bit herby. Some sort of a slight hint of tropical fruit. I think it might be guava I can smell. Anyway, never mind what it smells like. Let's see what it tastes like, guys. That's what it's all about. That's what we're interested in. Bottoms up. Cheers, guys. Bosh. First impressions. It's another pale ale. If you haven't watched my previous videos, you'll know that I was disappointed that almost all the beers in this advent calendar, apart from one West Coast IPA, I think they're all pale ales or New England pale ales, all very similar tasting beers, all pretty good. None of them were bad, none of them were horrible, but none of them were great. They're all very similar. It's a little bit disappointing because it did say on the box of the advent calendar that there were going to be stouts as well as other beers, and there just wasn't. So yeah, that was disappointing. It also said there was going to be some snacks in there, which there also wasn't. But anyway, we're reviewing this now, aren't we? Let's go in again. It's not bad. It's quite thin. But then it is only a session IPA, 4.1% ABV, as I mentioned before. So you're not really expecting it to be too thick or anything really, are you? It's kind of normal. But it's got a slight oily kind of texture to it for me, this one. There's a little hint of tropical fruit in there, right in the background. Very watery. Getting quite a bit of citrus in here. I haven't really put my finger on what citrus fruit it is, but it's just like kind of more of a blend for me. This is quite citrusy. A little bit tangy, there's a slight tang to it. wouldn't go as far as calling it sour, but there is a slight sort of twang to it. Not much in the way of bitterness on the end for me on this one, but it is very easy drinking, I'll give it that. It is crisp and is quite refreshing as well. It's just, you know, your standard sort of pale ale really. Nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing different for me going on here that I haven't seen many times before. Quite piney as well. Yeah, there's not really, as I say, a bitterness on the end, but there is a dryness and like quite like a herbally dryness for me. But I definitely wouldn't call it bitter. So yeah, overall for me, it's just nothing special about it, but it is quite well branded. It's quite enjoyable. There's a lot of quiets there. So yeah, I would say it's quite a good beer. So I'll give it quite a good mark. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 from me. If you've tried this, let me know what you give it out of 10, guys. And if you've enjoyed this review, give me a thumbs up, yeah? And if you haven't, give me a thumbs down. And consider subscribing if you've not already done it. Check out some of the other reviews and that, guys. And hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video. Until then, bye-bye, darlings.